Welcome everybody to a very special video towards the end of the year. This is my Christmas message to you all on YouTube and to whoever, well, you may not be on YouTube, but anybody watching on YouTube anyway. Firstly, I'd like to say it's probably a little bit of a straighter message this year rather than some of the usual stuff, because usually I try and incorporate final pickups and everything, but I'll do a video probably after Christmas if I get anything for Christmas. There's a few things I've got before then, so I'll do all that there. Usually I just try and reserve this for sort of a bit of a wrap up, but this year I wanted to talk a little bit in sort of brief, try and keep you too long with it. Yes, so this year's thought really is, you know, it's been a pretty rocky old year for a lot of us, hasn't it? I mean, it's not been a barrel of laughs. There are so many things going on in the world at the moment. You can't turn the television on or pick a newspaper up, or, you know, turn the radio on or anything like that without hearing about all sorts of things. You know, we've got two wars going on at the moment. You know, one approaching its second anniversary, the other one only started a few months ago, but they show no signs of finishing. We've had all the issues with the global warming, with the COP28 a couple of weeks ago. Fossil fuels need to be cut. The planet's warming up at 1.5 degrees, the warmest it's ever warmed up in 12 months or something. You know, there's hatred and prejudice and, you know, a waste of life. You know, only this week we've seen a shooting in Prague, was it 2 days ago when I recorded this? 14 people dead, hatred everywhere we go. It's just a horrible place to be outside at the moment. And, you know, then you know, affecting everybody day to day is the cost of living, which doesn't seem to be getting any better. You know, we're now pretty much probably 18 months into this, and you know, I've noticed this year it's been a lot harder to you know, in terms of paying for things and things going up in costs and whatever. And yeah, something we've been directly affected here. You know, Mrs. Bear lost her job back in May, and we know regular people will know that she does the repair stuff, but she was doing that really as a hobby. That's now sort of become her own line. But even so, although she's had plenty of work and business coming in, you know, it's only sort of in the last few weeks or so she's actually been able to pay herself anything. So, you know, it's a hard graft, and we've lost money out of our household because of this, which puts more pressure on me to, you know, step up for it. And only last week my car broke down, which cost me £400 to get that fixed right before Christmas. And with work as well, my colleague at work, she was made redundant 2 weeks ago with very, very little warning. And I can't imagine how it is. So I've noticed that things are getting more and more expensive. Yes, there are signs things are starting to improve, but we're still going to be in for this for the long run. And I'm going to sort of tie this in with what I'm trying to talk about. And this year's message really is about YouTube itself. Because, you know, when I first started doing YouTube, I was very much about just sharing the hobby, you know, with people and interests. And, you know, I was doing it then on a budget. I was able to, you know, keep my budget restraints. My circumstances have changed over the years, so now I can spend a bit more, and I can talk about buying things which I never thought I'd get this year. You know, for example, the Box Super Famicom, and, you know, some very expensive, or expensive for me, games anyway. Because when I first started doing this, I was all about the, you know, 10 or 20 quid trips out, and I'd spend that and I'd come back with a load of games which, you know, most people would describe as rubbish. But that's what I could afford back then, and I was all about that. I was all about, you know, championing the fact you can have a game collection on a budget. Yeah, there might be a load of shovelware, but they're games. And, you know, I always say, if you get a couple of hours play out of something that costs you 50p, it's nothing, is it, really? And obviously my horizons are broad, and I'm as guilty as anybody about talking about, you know, oh, I bought this and showing this off and whatever. And before I launch into this, I just want to just make it quite clear to everybody out there. I'm not saying this to get at people. I'm not saying this to get a rise out of people. I'm not targeting certain people about this. But I think it's something that, you know, perhaps we as YouTubers and doing these sorts of videos need to perhaps, I don't know, take a bit more consideration into what we're talking about. But also focus on what we're actually doing. It's not all about going out and doing it, because you'll find on my channel, without a shadow of a doubt, the most popular video, the most common video, that's more like it, common video that I do is a pickups video, okay? Now, I've had a quick look at my videos this year. 2 years ago, I did 121 videos. 121 videos. That doesn't count streams, so that doesn't count any of the TMB streams, doesn't count any of the Fall Guys streams. I did a couple of the gaming streams. So 2021, 121 videos. That's 2 a week. More than 2 a week. That's scary. Now, last year, I got that down to 52. That's basically 1 a week. This year, I'm actually below that. Not far below that, but I'll you know, just bubbling under, so about the same again. And again, probably the most common video I've done is a pickups video. But we're always very quick to talk about, you know, we've picked this up, we've picked that up, and showing it off, because people like that. We like that. I love watching pickup videos. Most people love watching pickup videos. We all like to see what everybody else got. But I think with that comes a stigma, and you know, if you're going out and spending this and on that and this on that and this, you're losing focus perhaps on what we're trying to get across, and that is the actual games themselves. And I'm as guilty as anybody. I am the first person who should be sort of sitting here saying something like that, but I am. And I say it every year, I'm going to play more games, I'm going to play more games, and every year I fail. And this is what it is, and I don't know. I mean, there seems to be now less people playing games and more people talking about them or showing them off. And, you know, some cases, you know, it's just like, here's a game, here's a game, here's a game. Talk about the game, give us the experience with the game. And that's what we should do. By all means, carry on doing the pickup videos. Don't stop doing pickup videos. Do them, keep doing them. But give us a little bit more on it. And I suppose really my message to everybody this year for 2024, coming up, let's be more about the games. Let's be more about playing them. Let's be more about showing them off. Let's make the game the highlight and not the person on the channel. Let's highlight the game. Yes, you have to have a certain... You want to be highlighting yourself as part of that. And if I'm not making myself clear, then that's me. You know what I mean? You know, it should, you know, yes, you've got to invest yourself in the person you watch. But at the same time, if you click on a video which says, you know, I don't know, gameplay, whatever, and it's a game you're interested in, you're going to watch the gameplay. You're not so fussed about the person talking about it beforehand or talking over it. You're more interested in about showing the game off. Because that's what you're watching. You want to see what the game's like. You want to hear, you want to hear someone say what it plays like. Am I interested in getting that? I might like to buy that. I want to know more about the game, rather than the likes of me coming along and saying, "Here's a game which I bought for whatever it was." Again, not emphasising how much you paid for it. Just here's a game I picked up recently. It's a Commodore 64. Here's the back of it. Here's the front, whatever. And then put it down, and then I put it away, and we never see it again. You know, like I said, more for me. Get those games out and start doing it. So let's make an effort to make YouTube about the games, and yes, make it about you. You know, if you've got something, let's chuck all this rubbish out about algorithms and numbers and you know what people want to watch and what's a popular video to do. Make what you want. That's what the whole thing about it is. YouTube, you. And like I said, this is not to get a rise out of anybody. This is not to target anybody. You know, I made a video 3 years ago. I think it was 2-3 years ago. Similar thing. When we had a you know, the collective, and there was a big falling out, and barriers and bridges were never repaired, and there still seem to be barriers up. So just make your videos for you. Make your videos for people that you know you want to watch, and yeah, people will invest in you. If they like you, they will invest in you. And I know certain people will watch certain videos because they invest in the person. They're not interested about what they're trying to achieve. And like I said many times before, if you're coming on this platform to try and become famous and make loads of money, then you're wasting your time, sunshine. You really are wasting your time. So let 2024 be the year of the game. Let's get these games on there, and I will make a concerted effort, and I will happily be called out if I don't do this myself. And I'm setting myself a target here. So yeah, let's try and do that, because in 2023, I will be honest, I have done absolutely zip all in terms of progressing my gaming experience, and I've aged another year, right? So if another year goes by that none of this stuff is going to get played. And I'm not saying I'm going to start playing a game every single day or 2 games every single day just to make sure I played them. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my time and do it through, but the game has got to be the focus. Yes, there'll be the other sorts of videos that I do. I'm not going to stop doing those, but I've got to try and get an emphasis on doing this. Otherwise, it simply becomes a case of me, like I'm doing now here, sitting to you, talking about absolutely nothing. That's what it is. And I think and a lot of people, I will say, that a lot of people this year have tried to push that. I'm not saying nobody's done it. A lot of people have tried to push it. And the argument is very much the same sometimes. I ain't got time. Okay, but let's try and make it. Let's forget all about the numbers. Forget the numbers. Let's get back to doing videos for what we like to do. I know people who are putting videos out, and I enjoy watching them, and I love watching them, and they're happy to keep putting these videos out. And compared to other people, they perhaps don't get the viewers that other people do, which is fair enough. But they may not be bothered about that. I don't know some of these people inside out. I don't know what they're trying to achieve, but I like watching those sorts of videos where someone just say, here's a game I bought a few weeks ago, I'm playing it through, 20 minutes or so, and you get a real good feeling, going, hang on a second, I've got that somewhere, I might go and play that, or I saw that a few weeks ago, that looks quite good, somebody else has done that. Have a go, forget about what it's all about, forget about the numbers and forget about the fame and forget about everything else, and let's concentrate on the games. And I'm really sorry if that's become a ramble, and I know some people sit there and thinking, you are having a go. No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. I really am not. I'm not here to make enemies, I'm here to make friends, and just voice my thoughts and opinions. So that is my Christmas message this year. Let's make 2024 more about the games and less about us. Let's do that. Let's do that and have more fun with it. Get it back to being a hobby. Why did you play games in the first place? Why did you start playing games in the first place? Ask yourself that question as you're sitting there drinking. Whatever time of day it is, coffee, tea, beer, whatever. Ask yourself, why did I start doing this? Why did I start doing this in the first place? Not because you wanted to come onto YouTube and put videos out about talking about games. Because you played games and you came onto YouTube thinking, I could do that. I could sit there and play games. I could talk about games. I can make, I can showcase games. Let's get back to doing it. Let's try and do that. Let's make it, what it's all about. That's what it is. Anyway, I've talked for far, far too long about that. And I am sorry if that's become a bit of a ramble. But like I said, I'm just trying to generate, some sense of camaraderie once again. We all seem to be out at the moment for various things. You may notice I've not made a video for a month because I've been too busy, to make a video, and too busy to make a video that I wanted to make. I haven't, the last month or so for me has been absolutely horrendous in terms of work and other stuff going on. I'd have loved to have been sat up here or sat down in the repair workshop and Commodore Corner playing games, and like to do that, and I should do more of that, and I'm going to get myself off my fat backside and start doing that. And I'll have a bigger and fatter backside by the end of it, no doubt, because I'll be sitting down. But let's invest our time and money in the games. Right, I've finished now. Let me know what you think below. I'm not looking for a revolution or anything like that at all. Just have a think about it. And if you agree with me, great, play some games. If you don't agree with me and think, bloody hell, Retro Bear's off again, yeah, fair enough, that's fine. We aren't going to fall out over it. And like I said, I am not aiming this at any section of people or certain people or whatever. I have the greatest admiration for people who come onto YouTube and been very successful doing what they're doing, and perhaps haven't done gameplay videos, and all they do is sit there and talk about stuff, and that's great if you've managed to capture that, and that's fantastic, and I love watching those videos as the next person. And I'm not saying I don't enjoy watching these videos. I think we just need to push the games a bit more. Right, that's it. I hope you will have a great Christmas. I really do. Like I said, I hope to be doing more in the new year. Upcoming videos, I'm going to try and get one out after Christmas, pardon the expression. It's been a straight video, this, and I've done nothing, no double entendres, no winks of the camera or anything like that. So I will be doing a video after Christmas which will highlight anything I've had for Christmas, if I've had anything. There were a couple of things I didn't get beforehand, so that will sort of bridge the Christmas and New Year gap. I'll try and do an end of year, start of year video as well. And of course, I haven't forgotten about the competition, which I will be running this year. No doubt about it, I will be doing it, because Mrs. Bear will not let me forget about it. At the moment, you can win 25 quid of my money. Yeah, it might be an IOU in the form of a paper receipt, because obviously I had to pay for a car on Christmas this year. which is a bit of a shock to the old bank balance, but yeah, no, 25 quid of my money, due to the old swear jar, will be winging its way to somebody in a competition in the new year. I know what that competition is going to be, but I'm not going to reveal it until then. But I think you'll find it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. All that remains for me to say is to have a great Christmas, have a great New Year if I don't speak to you in the meantime, or you don't see me in the meantime, and yeah, I hope you enjoy that. Anyway, from the Gaming Pantry, on behalf of Mrs. Bear and myself, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.